You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com, trying to bang out the work here before the weekend's over, so that come Monday I have time off. Anyway, if you have questions and you need someone who doesn't give a shit about your feelings, and actually in a weird sense almost gives more of a shit about you because he doesn't care about your feelings, go to AssholeConsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole and America's lovable older brother, will give you the swift kick in the ass that you're going to pay me to give you. A young man writes, Aaron, I'm 29 years old and still living with my parents in the libtard state of Connecticut, despite having majored in the lucrative subjects of English and psychology, for which I received 2 bachelor's degrees after 6 years of study. At 18, I went to college because that was what everyone was directing me towards. Yep, you parents, and now it's going to be Gen X parents. You decided to fuck your kids over because you didn't think, even though you were just as independent-minded as these millennial kids claimed to be back in the 90s. Remember when you all listened to The Doors because you thought it was cool? Luckily, I did not graduate with any debt because my parents and I paid along the way. Right now, I am working full-time as a laboratory assistant, making a modicum of wages and good benefits. I save like hell while contributing financially to my parents for rent and help them around the house, as they are 70 years old. Okay, so you were like an oopsie baby or something. Between savings and investments, I have an excess of $125,000. All right, you're not doing bad in that part. You're doing actually quite well. My problems are these. I live with my parents at 29, and a decent rent in Connecticut is $700 to $800 for a one-bedroom apartment. Now, I'd imagine that's like out in the sticks. That sounds really cheap. That's not in the city. I don't want roommates. I do want to move out of state, possibly to Texas, Arizona, South Dakota, or Colorado, so I can do reconnaissance, but I am nervous about leaving my job without an in-demand career skill. All right, first, I don't know if you read Reconnaissance Man, but that's not what Reconnaissance Man recommends. You don't just move out and then hope you like the place. The whole point is you have your place that you're staying at now, and then you reconnoiter these places by going to them and checking them out. That's what you do. And then when you find a place that you think you're going to like, you still don't move out there. You go there and you spend a month during summer and then a month during winter so you know what the seasons are like. And then after you like that, then you decide to get a job. You get a job. And then you move there. All right, it's not like, well, I'm going to try moving to South Dakota. Oh, dude, I didn't know about mosquitoes or tarantulas. Oh, I'm going to go to Texas. Oh, my God, there's even more tarantulas. Oh, I'm going to move to Arizona. There's tarantulas and there's no water. Well, you got to figure this stuff out before you move. But I'm nervous about leaving my job without an in-demand career skill. 2, I want a career, not a job. I've been researching careers in IT, network admin, and cybersecurity, healthcare, the trades, mechanic, welder, plumber, electrician, but I cannot decide. Ideally, I would like one that has the cheapest and shortest amount of training with the highest salary. 3, I'm a virgin. I never had a girlfriend. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". Skinny body type is difficult for me to build muscle, but still, if I had the confidence to pursue women who were clearly interested in me over the years, I would have had many girlfriends. Trouble is I push people away by not opening up about myself or showing my personality because I don't want anybody knowing how pathetic my life is. Well, you just contradicted yourself. The trouble is you push people away by not opening up about yourself. All right? Well, okay, then you would open up about yourself. But if you did, oh, wait, they're going to find out how pathetic you are. So which is it? Should you open up about yourself and then potentially show them a personality that they would like? Because you just claimed if you opened up about yourself, you would have got a lot more girls. But now you're claiming, oh, that wouldn't have worked. Which one is it? 4, I almost have no friends. The friends I have, I only see once in a blue moon. The bottom line is I am ashamed of myself and the way I'm living and want to change. I want to become a self-reliant, independent man. I want to stop being like a dipshit millennials I see and model myself after men of the greatest generation. Anyway, great channel, Aaron. Keep kicking ass above all and enjoy the decline. Okay, let's go through these one by one. I know you have reservations at 29 or living home with your parents, as you should. 29 is a little too old. And I would normally slam on you for that. But the problem is you have not been foolish with the free lodging. And you're even fair about it. And your parents are a little bit older. You're paying your parents' rent. You're helping around the house. You're over on the East Coast. I can understand things are very expensive because you guys keep voting in leftists. So and you have your $125,000. So that I don't know, dude. I know going forward you should be getting the fuck out of the house, but I would not be beating yourself up over it. because you have something that most 29-year-olds, most 40-year-olds don't have to show for, and that is $125,000 cash. So I think you did rather well there. You do want to move out of state, possibly Texas, but I'm nervous about leaving my job without doing my car. Read Reconnaissance Man. That's the short version. All right, because that's going to cover, if you haven't already, read that, because that's going to explain to you in detail. That'll handhold you through your first question. But to answer it here a bit more briefly, like I said before, you're going to go and visit these places. Now, you have a lot of money. You don't need to work for at least a couple years. Now, I'm not saying you give up your job. I'm not saying, and then you just think, oh, I can coast now on $125,000, because I've seen people piss away $125,000. But some of that money, I would certainly say $10,000 of it, $15,000 of it, should be able to finance all your trips to wherever the hell it is you want to go. And what I would do, in your particular situation, I would work your job and your reconnaissance to tailor it to your specific situation. You wouldn't give up your job, but I would fly out to different countries pretty much every weekend. Flying and the traveling would get a little tiring. But you have the money to do it, and there's no better use than that money right now. A lot of people, traveling, you don't get it. It's not investing. It's not a 401k. Your goal, your stage in life is not the 401k. Your stage in life is getting the fuck out of Connecticut, out of your parents' house, and then finding someplace to live, someplace to start anew. And so, since you have this war chest, I would take $10,000 of it, and every weekend, preferably on the 3-day weekends, if you can swing it, take a day off or something like that, if you have that flexibility at work, but certainly on 3-day weekends, 4-day weekends, vacations, you're picking a place, do some research online and start finding out which states and towns you think are the best. Arizona, you'd go fly into Phoenix. Colorado, Denver, those are no-brainers. Texas, you got several options to check out. But I would go on, in South Dakota, you're going to fly into Sioux Falls or Rapid, and that's it. And it's going to be expensive as fuck. But I would check out those places, research them online, and then come up with a triage, a prioritized list of where you'd like to go, what town you think you like the most, and then go there, get a rental car, and go drive around and check the place out. That's what I would do. And then come Sunday night, you fly back home, you wake up Monday, you go to work, maybe give yourself a little bit of rest, and then the weekend after, you find a good flights wherever it's cheap, fly out there, drive around, check it out, come back home. And so I know you're kind of, oh gosh, $10,000, that seems a little bit profligate. You totally earned it, and this is the wisest expenditure of your money, and you will save more money going down the road. Because guarantee you, that $10,000, you will piss through that if you move to the wrong place. Because then you got to sell your other place, you got to move, all this other crap, labor lost, money lost, time lost. It's going to be well over the $10,000 that you spend on doing your research up front and being a reconnaissance man. Okay, so get the book, read through it if you haven't. That definitely will hold your hand, but that's what I would recommend for you, is taking weekends, 3-day weekends if you can, off, and flying to Denver, checking it out. Flying to Dallas, checking it out. That's what I would do. 2, I want a career, not a job. I've been researching careers in IT, healthcare, and skilled trades, but I cannot decide. Ideally, I'd like one of that has the cheapest and shortest amount of training with the highest salary. Okay, well that would be your computer programming, your programming boot camps. That would be the one. But you can't decide. I can't decide for you. All right? You have to figure it out. You are again, you are in the ballpark. You're in the IT, STEM, trade. You could go in the military if you want. I'd add that to that if you'd want. Although I think your height, are you even allowed in the military? And I'm not joking. I'm not trying to cut on you. Can you join the military at 5'3"? I'm kind of reluctant on healthcare because of the regulation, and there's if you can make the money, if you like that field, and nothing wrong with the trades. I like the trades. You'll find a job there. But for speed and shortness and time and self-study and flexibility and work from everywhere, I would say computer programming or the world of IT. But I can't make that decision for you. You're in the ballpark. Now it's up to you to research these topics and find out what you personally have a preference for. So we know you're not going to major in women's studies. That's good. You're going to major in something good out of these 3 categories. But beyond that, here's the door. I can open it for you, but I cannot force you through it. You have to walk through it. 3, you're a virgin, have a skinny type, and difficult for me to build muscle. But if I had... Okay, let's stop right there. The vast majority of the reason why you are a virgin is because you're 5'3". I know a lot of people are going to say, no, he doesn't try, da-da-da-da. I'm just saying right there, it's out of your control. Okay? or most of it is. There are some things you can do. Could you have gotten laid by this time? Yes, you're also at fault. There are personal decisions, but I'm saying it's a 60-40 split. Understand you're short. Stop trying to beat yourself up over it. Girls, you're going to have to date really, really short girls. Really short girls. Okay? And there's probably short people club. I'm not saying go midget, because I don't, I think it's a genetic thing. I don't know unless you're into that, but you're just going to have to date short. And if you're online, just set it 5 foot, 5'3" and under. And the 5'3" goes, I want to expect the guy who's 6 foot. Just expect that, okay? So stop beating up yourself in that regard. Continuing on. It is difficult for me to build muscle, but if I had the confidence to pursue women who were clearly interested in me, and over the years I would have had many girlfriends. Trouble is, I push people away by not opening up about myself or showing my personality because I don't want anybody to know how pathetic my life is. That is your fault. That's all you. And we do not do self-pity. Whoa, boo-hoo-hoo, why don't girls die? No, I don't do that. I don't give two shits about that. In this case, you do deserve to be a virgin. All right? This whole, well, I could have if I would have just opened up my personality, but I didn't, because then they find out how pathetic I am. Yeah, you are pathetic. If you think you're pathetic, you're as pathetic as these people who they get attacked or raped by terrorists and Muslim immigrants, and then lack the self-respect that they don't report them to the cops, because they love their ideology and their politics and religion more than they do their own damn selves. All right? I hate people like that. And I personally, not like I'm going to hurt you or anything like that, but I personally detest you or this aspect of you. I don't do self-pity. It's the lazy man's way to self-medicate without medication. It's a mental program you run in your mind to make yourself feel better. You get your little fix off of it, and no, we don't do that. So if you want to lose your virginity, you're going to hit that fucking gym. Unless the doctor said there's something wrong with your muscular skeletal system that you can't build up mass or weight. And I understand, look, don't become a bodybuilder, okay? Your height, but get in shape. Be the best looking, in shape, man with your shit together, 5'3" guy you could possibly be. All right? And then, if you want to stop being pathetic, go and get hobbies. Go and do interesting things. Do not pursue women. Nothing's interesting or exciting or revolutionary about chasing women. Men have been doing it since the dawn of time. Well, I'm into going clubbing and drinking beer and chasing after girls. Yeah, I'm a player. No. You are probably the most boring, common, bland, tapioca pudding person out there. Go and play a musical instrument. Go and bowl. Go and rock climb. Go and hike. Go and become a pianist. Go and do whatever it is you want to do. Okay? Not play video games, stay at home, and jerk off to porn. That is not a hobby. Okay? Go become an interesting man. That's what you're going to do. So that and this is going to take a long time. This is going to take a long time. This is why at the age of 42, well, also millennials are pussies, but this is why at the age of 42, I could pretty much go to any 20-something little gathering, and there's girls there, and go toe-to-toe with a 24-year-old kid who beats me physically, might be better looking, younger, and all that, but I could just go in and probably get 9 times more girls than he can of his same age, because I have had all the years and time to develop all these different aspects and tributes and things and facets of my life. Some interesting, some really cool, some horrific, some painful. Whatever it is, it's just like scotch. It takes time to develop into a good tasting scotch. You should have had the time, you should have been developing, you should have been out there taking your lumps, living on your own, whatever else. Even living with your folks, you should have been going out, learning things, but you haven't. You've stayed at home as a social recluse, and now it's like not putting the scotch in a barrel to age and to sop up that flavor. Right? So you have got to make up for that lost time, and I'm telling you this right now, it's going to be at least a year, at least years certainly, I'd say, before you develop a personality, charm, and traits and qualities and characteristics and hobbies and a flavor that you become a scotch the girls want to taste. You're like, oh, wow, yeah, you do that? What? I mean, not to brag, but it's not when I'm even hitting on girls. It's like when I'm introduced to new people, they say, "What do you do?" I know it's going to be a half an hour conversation of them asking me questions when they find out that. Then I mentioned the ballroom dance. You just try that in there. Yeah, I used to teach ballroom dance. You taught ballroom? There's another 10 minutes of conversation. Why? Because I'm an interesting fucking person. And the reason I'm interesting is not because, Aaron Cleary came out of the vag interesting. I was a spitting, puking, shitting piece of infant just like the rest of you. I did a bunch of shit along the way, especially out of college, that all of a sudden, he's done interesting things and therefore has an interesting mind. You need to do that. So become a mechanic, go ride motorcycles, go fish, go do something, anything. Do not stay at home with your mom and dad. Okay? You could even become a poker player. There's some interesting, you play poker? Yeah, I play poker. Yeah, semi-pro, really. One of the coolest gals I ever met. Very interesting lady. She was a semi-pro. She was on the TV, too. I was like, you were not sure enough there. She was like, holy shit, she wasn't joking. It was a very interesting woman. So that's what you get. So you're going to get in shape to the best of your ability. Don't overdo it. But then, I want to lose your... Okay, you want to lose your virginity, the simplest way, hop on a plane. You're already on these. Go to Amsterdam and lose it. I'm being deadly serious. That's the quickest way to do it. All you dipshits who go to Vegas. Have you seen Vegas whores? Don't go to Vegas. It's just almost the same distance to Amsterdam. Anyway, you get to see a whole different country. Just go lose your virginity over there, all right? That's your first fucking thing you're going to do, frankly. Just go lose your virginity over there. Then come back to the States, realize it wasn't that big of a thing anyway. Then you develop on becoming a man, and then, at a year minimum, then you go, and even your reconnaissance will make you an interesting person. Yeah, I fly around to different towns to see where I want to live now. That right there is going to hook a girl or a guy's interest too. They're going, really? What? That's kind of interesting. That's how you're long-term going to go and get girls. But this, hey, how you doing, game? There's truth to it. There's legitimacy. There is game. It is such a thing. But if you got nothing to talk about, like, hey, yeah, this is a crazy party, man. You like beer? It's like, oh, fuck. God damn it. Okay. 4, I almost have no friends. Again, because you choose to. You stay at home. The friends I have, I only see once in a blue moon. What's going to be sad for you, though, is you got maybe 5 years, 6 years max before your friends start spitting out kids. And even though you may be interesting and fun and willing to go out and these people like you, they're just not going to have the energy, or they're going to be preoccupied with their family. All right? And then you're really screwed, because then you got to go and get friends. And guess how you get friends? I wonder if you join the poker club, if you might meet people there. I wonder if you go ballroom dancing in Dallas, you might meet some people there. I don't know, Connecticut, I'm sure there's some places to go. It sounds like Delaware, frankly. Just, what the fuck? No one says, let's go to Connecticut. I remember how to spell it back in school. Connecticut. Yeah, but fuck Massachusetts. I still don't know how the fuck that is spelled. No, I don't care, because they're liberal pieces of commie shit out there. Anyway, yeah, I have no pity for you. We don't do that here. You don't have friends because you choose not to have friends. You sit on your hand. This doesn't mean you go and aggressively try and befriend people. Just like you don't aggressively try to hit on a girl and get her to go on a date, although that's more feasible. You don't aggressively go hit on friends to make friends, because then they're like freaked out. Like, what the fuck's wrong with that? Who is this guy? So friends are even, you don't game friends. It's just a simple rule. It happens naturally. Go to the VFW, have some drinks. Go play poker. Go to the bowling league. Go to the rock climbing club. Go regularly, and you will naturally get friends. It happens. I don't understand this question. How do you, like I said before, though, your life will change. You will get to the age that you can go out and you'll have lots of friends, but they'll all be preoccupied with work, paying off their debts, being a wage slave, going through divorce. Then there's nothing you could do about it. So get your fucking friends now. But again, this is going to be a process. You're going to have to build it up over time. It's not something you go and get at Walmart. You got to put some effort into it, and you do that by being social. You do that by going out and getting hobbies. So, I want to live the way, become a self-reliant, independent man. I want to stop being a dipshit. Oh, now one final thing, though. you'll go out, you'll do this. And you can do this. It's up to you. Again, door open, walk through it. I'm not going to push you through it because I'm not paid enough. The final thing is, one of the biggest benefits you have, though, is that $100,000, $125,000, obviously. Do not piss that away. Keep that nest egg up there. And the reason why is that's going to help you make a huge down payment on a house where you'd inevitably live, or maybe even buy a condo outright. In your case, because I don't see you getting a woman anytime soon or raising kids, certainly not within 5 years. You may want to think about getting just a small little condo in the town that you inevitably want to live, and that is easily, heck, you get out to Texas or Colorado, and some of these, South Dakota certainly. I mean, not a lot of big towns, but you can find some pretty cheap housing out in the sticks, and so that will help you financially, so you don't have to worry. Right now, you don't worry about finances. You play your cards right. You won't have to worry about finances for the rest of your life. Just do not squander it. We always knew someone that got like $100,000 in inheritance, and they pissed it all away because they're dumber than fuck, and they didn't read Bachelor Pad Economics. Yeah, don't be that guy. You put this towards future living expenses that you'll never have to pay down the road. All right, hope that helps out. If you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. You can read my blog at captaincapitalism.blogspot.com. My books, all of them, are available at amazon.com. Just search Aaron Clarey, Clarey. And we have the Clarey podcast. That's available on soundcloud.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.